Yo, how's it going, guys? We're back. We're back with Ace Attorney, baby. Alright. Probably the last one. This stream's probably the last one, the one that we can actually finish the last case off. Because, I think I looked it up, like, a few days ago. And I think we're, like, basically almost there. We're in the end game now. But the question is, how long is that gonna take? I've only seen, like, the I guess the little sections each one takes. But it's like, yeah, sure, I know how many chapters there are, but how long is that book gonna take to read anyway? So, let's just do it. Let's go. I did just wake up, like, I think, like 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes to an hour ago, so I apologize. I need to warm up. Oh, we're back. Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? That's what I'm saying. You read my mind, Judge. I mean, Your Honor. Right. Well, witness? Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge? Oh, yeah. I forgot, it's Dahlia now. Well, it seems that my gosh. It seems that if we're to learn the truth, we need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. I disagree. Sometimes it can bring closure, so really, telling the truth is good regardless. Of course, I wouldn't expect you to say that, Dahlia. You're evil. Excuse me. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. If you please. Miss Dahlia. Nobody get on her nerves. Maybe she's gonna go kill everybody. Even in this body. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fey would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya, and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. Are you saying that Maya's dead? Wait. I forgot. We still need to know what was going on with Maya. Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fey? Yes, you have a problem with that? Of course I have a problem. Of course I have a problem with that. That's my friend. Come on. Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way that... Watch yourself, Trite. If you got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules. I think that's also the rules of the courtroom, but I wouldn't know. Mr. Godot is correct, and by the way, that's one of my rules as well. To kill Maya? Could it be true? I don't know. I mean, this is Dahlia we're talking about. I wouldn't have expected it any other way. The whole plan began with my death. Okay, hold it. Hold it there, buddy. You were executed last month, correct? You're supposed to be dead right now. If so, how are you here? Yes, I was hanged. Okay. Yes, I got my head chopped off. Whatever. What of it, huh? How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk to Morgan Fay? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, It was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see, so that's when you discussed the plan? Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Why? Even though I'm her own daughter. All to make Pearl Fey the master of the Korean? She's a cold, twisted woman. Yeah, I can agree on that. She sucks. I feel so bad for Pearl. Having a mother that sucks. She thought that she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Misty took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan? Huh? A plan? Like Plan A? A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fey to install her own daughter. Hold it! You're talking about Pearl Fey, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister Iris? That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father. Abandoned? She abandoned you instead of the father taking the kids? The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her and ran at an old temple. You mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried a woman who had also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. Damn, yeah. He had 3? He had 3 of them? The twins and Pearl? At least he likes to go around. How horrible. The really horrible one was that woman. That bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child. Pearl Fey. Wait, so is this not the child of the father of you guys? Maybe I'm misremembering. Is Pearl Fey like a half sibling? She was born with an abundance of spiritual power. Unfortunately for her. How does that work anyway? How does two people, twins, how do twins have barely any spiritual power, but you know, like even someone who was like a baby, like Pearl, has like spiritual power that's through the roof, a prodigy. I'm guessing it's genes, but from which one? Morgan Fey heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. Yeah, that sucks. I know that is terrible. But for it to work, Maya Fey would first have to die. Okay, well, could you elaborate on that? Why would Maya have to die? But why? For her bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. Of course. I think I said this in a previous stream. I think this is very obvious. We have the motive. Like right here. Like there's no no question about it. But it's so funny because like it's so funny when other court cases are like, well, where's the motive? What's the motive? If he doesn't have, I'm sorry. If they don't have a motive, then they're innocent. It's not like if they don't have a motive, then we're gonna then we can't judge properly on what's the deserved judgment for the defendant. If they didn't have a motive, then sorry, they didn't do it. Sorry, it just doesn't make sense. Or wait, no, that they did do it. Of course, depending, you know. All right, continue. But Pearls will never agree to a plan like that. Oh, but You technically already proved that she did because, you know, the notes that Morgan Fay left behind. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master, that's all. Damn. That's ridiculous! She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And naturally, the life of Maya Fey as well. How could anyone do that? That's so mean. It's someone dying. The idea was for me to kill Maya, and then have the blame pinned on Iris. Okay. You? You were going to kill Maya? You. The one who's dead? The dead? Making the alive be dead? Are they gonna be dead or alive? 6. Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me. Well, we can just kill Iris right here, right now. Do we have a rope anywhere? Grrr. Gah. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin, your sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it. And the witness in this case was a head nun, Sister Bikini. I would never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night, but she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway. But why would you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Actually, no, they're clones. Of course they're twin sisters. Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. I mean, that doesn't make her less of a twin sister, Dahlia. That isn't mutually exclusive. You're still twins, Dahlia. That's not how that works, Dahlia. Backstabber. You just don't understand. You never will. Okay, well, thanks, man. Yeah, clearly I don't understand. Who will explain it for me? Clearly you won't. And who will? Anyway. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. Oh, hold it, buddy. You think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fey is dead. According to who? Excuse me? According to who? Did we find our body? Your Honor, did we find Maya's body? Oh, good, no, did we even find Maya's body? You hated me for, quote-unquote, killing Mia. Show me her body. It's like, they're just gonna drop it, like, via crane, just like, it's just a big hole opens up in the courtroom, and then a crane just drops down with Maya's corpse, and it's like, oh, there it is. It's like Squid Game, right? It's like the giant thing that comes out from the ceiling. Ah, there she is. At least we found her. Well, she died from, like, freezing to death. Well, we could just warm her up, right? Everyone cuddle around. We need to have as much body heat as possible. And someone grab a hairdryer as well. That's what we need to do. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Fey. How do you know that? Did you possess Maya's body? Or what? That's absurd! Maya's just, she's just sleeping right now. She's just trapped inside of the sacred cavern. Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you, my darling Feeny? Don't say that. Now it sounds like I'm an accomplice. Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I despised you. your shriveling naivety, and your pathetic faith in other people. Okay, I'm sorry for being happy, for being so joyful and whimsy, that you can be the same thing, Dahlia. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? Maybe, because of you? I'm thinking it's because of you, Phoenix. Despised you. I don't think you did anything wrong to her. It's just she friggin' hates you. That's just how it is. She just does. You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So then tell me why! This is not a court case anymore. This is not just, a client... me helping out a client anymore. It is personal. Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. But you're still dead? For my own personal satisfaction. What did he say? So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead? You understand why I want to kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was? I mean... Oh, wait. Probably. It's because of a certain lawyer from back in the day. Everybody blames me. Everybody blames me for no reason, man. Like, everyone says like we're inseparable, but nah, man, she's just my mentor. I know why. Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore, because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You want to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey. I somehow knew it. I somehow knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. And the reason it was impossible? Was it perhaps that Mia Fey had already died? Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how'd you do that? When the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans. Just for that? Just for that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than Morgan Fay. Buddy. Stupid. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless. Hell, even the tree can just become a bush from how close to the ground it is. Huh. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing that you can do to me. That night... At about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up. I put on my demon warding hood. When I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple. So, it was at least Donut who claimed her channeled her after all. Oh my gosh. That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple. I wobbled back, clutching her old back. What did you do then? That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took the dagger and I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and... Nah! Is that why, like, the surrounding, like, dirt around the stone lantern was just dirt? Was that because, you know, someone's body was down there? Of course, they couldn't do it just the one spot. They had to do it all around the stone lantern. So, you know, it looks at least pretty nice. So then you're saying that you stabbed Maya? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. What does that mean? No clear memory? Did the original person come back? Were you not channeled anymore? I don't know. I think I was stabbed. Well, that would explain it, because on the autopsy report, it was the same thing. You were stabbed? At the last minute. Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it. That's not like her at all! Maya wouldn't stab a french fry with a plastic fork. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. I mean, it would be kind of understandable if it was self-defense, which it was. First, it was the guy. At first, it was Elise, and now it was that. It was Elise that, you know, stabbed her first, and then Maya stabbed her back. So really, it makes sense. It's not her fault, Your Honor. I swear. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I'd hoped it would cast suspicion on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops. It stops? I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own two hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. Yeah, that was crazy. That's like that's a new sprite. That's a new look for her. Honestly, kind of weird. Kind of weird to look at her like that. What happened to the joyful, whimsy Maya Fey that we know? It's gone. That's trauma right there. I mean, then again, she already had trauma. Just add more trauma to the pile. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness. You were in the sacred cavern? The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I'd been trapped in there. But how did you wind up in there? I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead, and I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew that I'd killed her myself. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. Must be a really, I was gonna say a tough cookie, but I actually don't know any tough cookies. I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. The trick lock stopped you, huh? I didn't know how to remove it. So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will against this sacred cavern? Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall. What? Who? Could have been Maya? I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I'd made sure to hide myself well in the back of the sacred cavern. What? Only 2 people could have gone into the training hall that morning. Oh, I was yachting. Only 2 people could have gone into the training hall? What 2 people? I know, like, Pearl's one of them. And I guess Maya could have been the other one also. But I don't know if there's a possibility that there could be another suspect, right? Maya and Pearl. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, thank you, Phoenix, for confirming it for me. Pearl's went there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy. Still, I finally managed to remove the lock, but I was too late. What do you mean by that? The flies had already started to gather. The bridge had fixed and the police had started their investigation, correct? Naturally, I couldn't get out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse, as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck? After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself. The real Iris? She said she'd come to make sure the Sacred Cavern was alright. Stupid girl. I came out from the Sacred Cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place. What? Locked her away? She's in the Sacred Cavern now? I'd finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned that this plan I had actually succeeded. But how do we know that she's actually dead? What do you mean your plan had succeeded? I'd misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me. I'd assumed it was Pearl Fay. Well, of course you would assume that. It was written in the instructions. But I was wrong. The person that actually called my spirit back was... good old Misty Fay. The picture book author. But what? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden. It was her body that was left lying there. Maya Fay. I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human could commit. And that is? I don't know what that is, I'm only a judge. Matricide, instead of killing their own mother. Is that the greatest sin? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I can understand it. Maybe there's worse, but honestly, I couldn't think about that. I don't know anything about. I don't know anything worse than that, but whatever. I'll accept it. Order in the court. What is the meaning of this? It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fay, but even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fay's life was none other than your darling little Maya. I still don't believe it. What kind of proof is that? Where's the proof? That's ridiculous. That's nonsense. Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Fay had disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? Huh? Just because she disappeared doesn't mean it's evidence for that she murdered somebody, but it's also evidence that she didn't murder somebody. It's like, yeah, just because there's like no proof doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't really mean it's false either. The idea that she's still in the Sacred Cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple, that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. Where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of the Eagle River, where else? Eagle River? Dude, Phoenix was also in the Eagle River. How come he didn't see her? Maya Fay killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? Thing is, would she even recognize her? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up there are lost forever. Excuse me. Excuse me, I have to butt in. I fell in there, and I'm here. So what do you have to say now, Beanie? Oh, wow. That's a beautiful melody. Oops. Sorry, that's my fault. What kind of ringtone is that? It's beautiful, man. Don't knock it, man. You have the freaking Steel Samurai ringtone, man. And this is beautiful. And Steel Samurai's theme song is also beautiful, Phoenix. Don't get me wrong. That's beautiful. Get out here. Okay, thanks. Was it something important? They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern. That's great! Finally! What about mine? There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey? It was the accused, Sister Iris. Oh my... Then who is this? Is this Maya? I had that thought creeping up in the back of my mind. I was like, what if this is actually Maya? Because she is missing and all that. But like, I don't know. I don't know. But maybe, is this actually Maya? We know Pearl's all good and fine, but this actually like Maya right here? That. Wait, does that mean Iris is dead? Because it's like, if it was Maya, then she channeled Iris so she could look like Iris. And then from Iris, channeled into Dahlia because they're the exact same. They look very identical. Damn, I think this is actually Maya. Huh? Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. So, what about Maya? Where is she? There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern. No, it can't be. I told you, didn't I? She's dead. No. I know where she is. She's right here. No. No! Ah! 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 It seems that this case has come to an end. A tragic end. No! 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 Sadly, it appears the killer of at least Donum, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey. Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Fey jumped to her death into the raging rivers of the Eagle River. It can't be. No, I know what it is. She's right there, Maya's right there. I know, man. I know. Trite, have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how improbable it may seem. What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Godot? According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself into the Eagle River. However, is that really the truth? Oh? Yeah, oh? What are you saying, Godot? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place on the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, It must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge. Oh yeah, and she couldn't have done that because there's just a slab of like rocks, like right there. You would have found our body. That's right, that's where she jumped from. No. Yeah, I just assumed that she would be on like on the other side of the bridge, where it's like closer to the river, but yeah. But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. What? Don't get your panties all twisted up, trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again. So it's impossible. Maya couldn't have thrown herself into Eagle River? Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claimed Miss Faye threw herself into the river from the inner temple side. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim? Wait, what was the question again? Do I have any evidence that refutes this claim? That... Do you mean that, like, proves it? Because I could prove it, but refute... I mean, I have this, because it's like, yeah, it couldn't have. Unless she jumped to that one anchor point, like right there on the top right. She could have done it like that, right? But... yeah, other than that, no. Couldn't have. Can I just present this anyway? I don't really understand the question, but I'll present it. It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows better than this witness. What did he say? 11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Just take a look at this overhead map. Just take a look. Look at this. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf. Oh, you're right. She would have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we would be able to see her body in this photo. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. There we go. So you finally figured it out. You... No! No! Order. You just play with me. My Faye's body is at the bottom of the Eagle River. She's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding. Does she know? Does she know? Miss Hawthorne, have you ever heard of this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Yes, just a few minutes ago. Maya Faye wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River. Correct. That eliminates all of the most likely possibilities. Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place that she could be. What? Where's this one possibility you're talking about? That's obviously a bluff. So where's her dead body then? I'll do one better. Where is her body right now? She's still alive, just where is she right now? Normally, the living had no way to punish the dead. But I think there was a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you where Maya is this very instant? Is in this very courtroom. Can I save just in case I'm wrong? In this very courtroom, there's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom. Maya Faye's here? You say she's here in my courtroom? That's right. That's right. She's right here. Dahlia Hawthorne, I seem to recall that you said I'd misunderstood one thing, you see. So what? But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia Hawthorne? Why, that's obvious. It's Pearl Faye. That pathetic little sniveling runt. You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it. I never failed at channeling someone. This is my first time it happened, yup. Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? It could happen if someone else is already channeling the same spirit. Someone called me before Pearl did? But who? Does she know? Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime, but she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right now. Am I correct? It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone who called you before she could. Oh my gosh, it's taken all of my lawyer help. It's taken all of my lawyer help. This guy right here. This is an easy one, of course. Why did I even have to ask the viewer this question? Why did I have to even the player this question? Pearls could do it, and Missy Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left. Come on already, I can't stand attention! Dahlia Hawthorne, the person channeling you right now must be Maya Faye. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. How could that be? Remember what this witness Dahlia Hawthorne said about her goal. She said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yep, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that's trying to kill her... Well, Gramps, what would happen? Could it be? She killed herself? Looks like you finally understand, Your Honor. Well, I don't. What are you going on about? What I'm going on about is the reason Maya channeled you. And there is only one reason. To protect herself from you. To protect herself? From me? Yes. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Faye. The path back to Hazakura Temple was closed off and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would the safest place... Where would be the safest... Oh my gosh, I can't read. Where would the safest place... Where would be the safest place to hide? Oh my gosh. Can't read, can't speak. Just kill me right now. Ah! You mean... That's why she channeled me? All this time you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you! No, don't say that! You're saying that Dahlia Hawthorne, was played for a fool by that little whelp? Yes. Maya Faye killed herself, isn't it obvious? Of course, she killed herself on that little island that she was stuck in, right? Sorry, but no, it would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. This was the only avenue of escape open for Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the Inner Temple. I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that who has never been out in the real world. She could never have come with a plan like that. Who could ever give her such a brilliant idea? Well, me, of course. Oh my gosh. You were beside me this whole time, Pearls? Mia! Mia Faye! It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh my gosh. Since when did Pearls get in here? So it's true. It was you. Yes. Ha! You're something else. But what are you doing here? That hair. It's Pearls, right? Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back on that night one more time. You had just courted Maya in the Inner Temple's garden. And then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness. That's because... was she channeling her now? I was stabbed by Maya Faye! Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you. Oh. She did? Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed. When she woke up, she was in the training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help, so she channeled me. She explained in a memo the situation she was in. She asked me what I thought she would do. She should do, I mean. She did that? I can't believe it. Of course, I didn't have all the details, but one thing was perfectly clear. And that was, I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free. Free? What do you mean? It was a race against time, so I wrote down 2 things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself into the sacred cavern until help arrived. So it was Maya who put up that lock there. Yes, but why did you order her to do those 2 things? If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. By one Pearl Faye. Pearls? Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan. So all she did was try to do was follow her mother, Morgan Faye's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly. So that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Faye to kill Maya at all costs. Yes, it certainly sounds like that's the intent all along. How dare you! I won't forget this! Why not just admit it? Why not just admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure. Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say? And you're dead, so that's kind of impressive. What do you mean by another? Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure. What? How dare you? 11 years ago? Well, that whole spiel, that whole thing? The fake kidnapping. Your very first crime. I was yawning. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but... After Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed. Shut your mouth! That wasn't my fault! It was because of that stupid oaf of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman. And then 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but... You wound up killing someone else. As a result, you were sentenced to death. And even from the dead, you couldn't do enough. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny. You wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face. And now this. You messed up again. You let Maya Faye escape, even though she was right there in front of you. Mia Faye. Mia Faye. Mia Faye. Mia Faye. You spinster. I was supposed to kill Maya Faye like I swore I would. And if only you've gotten this spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict, I would have been hanged to death. Ruth Nuke. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. What? What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all eternity. I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you, because you were already dead. And what about it? Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you will never be able to escape from. For all of eternity, you have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. And for you, there is no escape from that, no hope for freedom. Since the day you were executed, The narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp. Like the bridge. You're wrong. It can't be. It can't be. How could I lose to the likes of you? It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's an earthquake. Earthquake. Oh my gosh. Oh damn. I'm not ready. Not ready to go. Damn. Her soul's just gone. Oh my gosh. Damn, she looks so different. She looks so different when they make a different sprite of her. Honestly, I like her without, like, the stupid top knot. I'm sorry, Maya, but it's true. Now then, I assume you are the real Iris? Oh, you're not dead. Yes, I was rescued from the sacred cavern. I must say, you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? If you ask me, Your Honor, I have no idea. It looks like she went back to hell to the hell she came from. Yeah, that was crazy. Who did that? Was that Maya? Or was that Phoenix? He called the demon from her and then it's gone. That was crazy. It seems that Missy Faye wasn't the only victim of this crime. Maya Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were also victims of this wicked and selfish plan. Yes, Your Honor. The tragedy of Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was to channel that spirit again. Your Honor? Yes, what is it? About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the whole concept now. Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort into studying up on the Korean channeling technique. Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult? I've seen a few things in my many years on the bench. And that all in time, I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different. It takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand of that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ. To differ, I mean. Maybe it's interchangeable, I don't know. Never thought of it about that way. At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of the Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Objection.
Okay, what now, Godot? Is this your 17th cup of coffee? Or can we be done now? You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor. What do you mean by that, Mr. Godot? This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means. What? Right. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Dahlia's testimony? I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Alright, yeah. Let's up with that. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and... It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed. Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, she was stabbed and killed by someone. Yes, that's right. The person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. At least Donum. No, Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it! That's true. Bikini. It's obviously Bikini. Who else? It's Bikini. I'm gonna say it's Bikini. This isn't over? It's Bikini. I know. Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there is evidence that proves her innocence. No way. But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony. The prosecutor is ready to call our final witness. Oh? Final witness? This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed. Is it really alright, Mr. Prosecutor? Of course it's alright, Madam Attorney. Very well then. Who is this final witness? Ha! Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event and could pull the final dagger in this case. Someone who saw the murder took place? Yeah, Bikini, right? The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes. You mean Maya? She can't testify after what she's been through? Actually, we can. We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand. They don't even bother, like, changing her hairstyle. But first, we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. No, wait, that's Iris. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. That was Iris. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial. Hey, Trud, I got something to say about you. Or say to you, so listen up. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you. You should know this woman, Godot. You've got some nerve. But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this all by yourself. What, are you gonna kill Pearl so she couldn't channel her anymore? Or what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's enough! This court is now in recess. Oh, hey, Iris. You good, right? You're fine. This is a very traumatic experience, ain't it? I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me. I was missing all day, and we didn't even have a chance to talk. She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern. I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you. Why did you help your sister out as much as you did? Huh? If you had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there. My sister, I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from our father either. Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it? Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I've always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong, she never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her. But you didn't? For that one? Are you talking about the fake kidnapping 11 years ago? Yes, I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But, as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that. Dahlia's stepsister, Valerie, ended up... That was the case that wounded Mia so badly. But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder. Some people? You must mean... Yes, 2 defense attorneys. Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth. Oh, shoot, yeah. I knew that name sounded familiar, I just didn't know what. Yeah, Dahlia poisoned Armando. And then met Phoenix. Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison from her. You. That's right. Iris, there's one more thing that I have to ask you. Yes, what is it? On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, at least Donham, was it really you? Yes, it was me. That night after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. There a problem? There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got into the snowmobile and headed to the inner temple. But... Yep, the path to the inner temple was cut off, right? Exactly. We can't just leave the body here. So we've got to do this exactly as I say, got it? It was me. I was the one that received her body. The murder weapon that had left in her body so she would bleed too much. The staff that Mystica Lisa always held. I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was a staff. Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile. And then boom. But why did you alter the body? I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead bad to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with a 7-bladed, 7-branch sword. I wiped the blood off the stab's blade to left it next to her on the ground. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it. You just gotta say the name! You just got to say the name. It would be so much easier, but of course, this is fictional. This is all for drama, you know? Drama, we love that, right? I see. Defendant! Yes? The judge is calling you. He wants you to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you. Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me? Why not right now, bro? Why does it have to wait? Just tell me right now, bro. Man, I don't get it. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning. Phoenix? Hey, you're still Mia. How's Maya doing? Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case. Yeah, I see that. Woo. But you don't mean she's learned who Elise Donham really was? Yes, I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew. But why? Maya's stronger than you think. I knew she could take it. All of it. What do you mean by that? I want you to figure out that answer by yourself. The trial's about to restart. The real killer Do you know who it is yet? Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still. I think that just maybe I know who it was. It was Pearls! I knew it. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple, and the criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning. And one more thing. The victim was moved to the Hazakura temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day. Exactly, so the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura temple the following day. That's as much help as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win, or lose. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Mia. I'm trying to think, because, like, who is that? I feel like it would be obvious? Who was there? Like, just in the general area, Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple. It was Maya, Pearl, Bikini, Elise, Iris, Loris. The day after? Did he say that? The day after? Oh my gosh. My internal clock is stupid. It's almost time to bring this case to an end. Right now, I have no idea, but a lot of suspects, you know? What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me, all by myself. I don't know, Miles. It was Miles Edgeworth. Okay. This is probably the last one. The last little section. February 10th, 3:36 p.m. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the tests that we have performed earlier. Tests? Yes, tests. On the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that! I totally forgot about it. That's the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or due to time constraints, full test wasn't possible? However, there's one thing that we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. Oh. So it was Maya's? That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. Or I guess it just didn't match with the victim's blood, so it really could be anybody's. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it? Can we check Maya's body for any, like, stab wounds? I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So, let's finish this quickly. Yes. Agreed. Very well, please bring in the last witness. Yep, and back with her normal getup, with her stupid top knot. I like how she looked with the hair down. I feel like anybody would look cool, looks good with their hair down. It's weird how that works. What do you mean they look better with their hair down? Please tell us your name and profession. Maya Fey. My profession is I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fae clan. I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, Maya. The pain that the Fae bloodline causes must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Fae. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment that Miss Elise Donham's murder. Is this correct? I did see. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. Damn. You're right, you're right. I agree with you on that, Kano. There's always time, just sometimes it's just not right now. Gotta put that in my schedule. But your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. Right in front of your very eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witness come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. Oh yeah, I was playing the, I went back to playing, I had the Ace Attorney trilogy on my little 2DS. That's why I played it there for a little bit. Played the second game, its first case, you know, just for good old memories. Cause I played like the first 2 games on my 2DS. Man, it looks so much better. You know what's something cool? Whenever the little splash screen for the cross-examination, the letters come up. The little cropped sprites of the eyes of like Phoenix and whoever the prosecutor is would like be on the same screen at once, and I don't think it was here, right? I like that little thing where it's just cropped, like, where it only showed their eyes. The defense's eyes and the prosecutor's eyes just coming, like, locking eyes. And determination. Other than that, everything else looked better on the good old 3DS. Maybe because it's made for it. Maybe that's why. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. Huh. Interesting. So you were struck on the head? I suppose it would have been the staff. Maya, the person who hit you. Was it Dahlia Hawthorne? It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Please. We need to win! Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Huh. Can't say it was especially a good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. Yeah, that's why someone like me has to be around them so I can protect them. Because I'm so awesome like that. It seems that it'd be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. I hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. Yeah, usually, like, during that cross-examination flash screen, like, they would have the eyes there, and that would have a little bit more flair. A little bit more spice. But no. No spice, no sauce. The sauce is there, but it's not as good as it was in the 3DS. I'm sorry. I was passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happened. Oh, okay. I'm not finished talking about the 3DS version, but still. I gotta say something else. You know what's something cool about the 3DS version of the trilogy? Like, you can actually, like, yell out, hold it, or objection. And, like, instead of pressing a button, you yell it out, and it'll do it. And that's freaking sweet. Why can't this game have that? Let me connect to my microphone. Games I've done it where it recognizes a microphone. Come on. That was like the coolest thing. I kind of wish that it'd be like Ace Attorney Trilogy from the 3DS version, instead of, like, Ace Attorney Trilogy just HD. Because I think it's the same thing that happened on the phone as well. I remember having the phone app of the trilogy, where it basically was the 3DS version on a phone, and that was freaking awesome. I love how that looked, because it had, like, that UI and that brownness. The UI that was on the 3DS. And that was freaking sweet. But they changed it, so... They updated it, so it looks more like the Steam version, like this one, instead of how it looked on the 3DS. Which is kind of stupid, because it's like, yeah, the UI is good. But, like... It kind of lost some of that sauce, you know? Like, I appreciate them doing something different, but... Still... still, you know? Alright, hold it. Who else was in the inner temple since that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. On the day of the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hazakura Temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. So then, Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think. She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for training. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. Who did it? Who hit you? Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was right in front of you. How could you not see who it was? Oh, let me think for a second. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. Damn. I mean, I can relate, right? I was really having a hard time. I really don't think pressing harder would fix anything. Leave her alone. Considering the conditions at the crime scene, not surprised if she did see her attacker. Huh! So it looks like even you've got some compassion. Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely the spirit that was channeled by Elise Donham, Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head? I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. Hold it! What happened afterwards? My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There was only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Well now, this is beginning to get interesting. Interesting. So, what were the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. Oh. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. Yeah, I think I see that. Now it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable, even given the circumstances. So, what did you do then? I think I screamed, "Help me!" Okay. No, not percent. I never heard anyone say anything like that in their testimony, so I think you're lying, Maya. Your testimony's slightly different? How dare you? You think you screamed, but you're not sure? Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark, and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man? A woman? An adult? A child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya was really out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Yes. I would like to press her more about that. What did she scream? My last hope. What did she scream? So you're certain that you screamed, "Help me"? I think so. Now that I think about it, yeah, that's gotta be what I screamed. Ha! Is it all that strange, Trent, for her to have screamed, "Help me"? No, but something about that bugs me. Why would you face someone that's trying to kill you and go through the trouble of screaming for help? Yeah, why do you do that? Are you stupid or something? Alright, witness, go with your testimony. Go on with your testimony, I mean. Okay. Then something warm splashed over me. Then that's when I lost consciousness. Like, I don't think I... Wait, no. That didn't do anything. What about the other choices? I would have thought that, like, maybe that would have been added to the testimony, but maybe I needed to, you know, ask something else. My last hope. Let's see that. Wait a minute, Maya. What is this my last hope stuff? Huh? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No, that's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Dude. Are you stupid or something? Look, you were facing an attacker that you could see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me!" Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like... What do you call it when that happens? Mine's not doing so well up there. Oh, yeah, Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What? There's somebody else? What did she just say? Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. In school, I was screaming for help. Ah! What is it now? I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person? I meant to keep that part a secret. What? Why would you do that? What have I done? The truth gotta come out somehow. It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. Are you flirting with her? Ooh, is it... What are you doing? No. I don't know what you mean by that. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up and try to hide things in this chamber. Witness, the information that you just presented is vital to the case. Please add it to your testimony. I could see a man behind my attacker in the light of the stone lantern. A man behind my attacker? By the light of the stone lantern. What does the stone lantern have to say about this? Where is it? Lantern from the inner temple garden. It was not lit the night of the crime. Oh! Objection, Maya. You're my best friend, but... Come on now. So you were... so there was a man standing behind your attacker? Yeah. That man. He's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donham, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer. Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she is in shock and quite confused. Yeah, I get it. I understand, Maya. Don't worry, I understand. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony. Huh? What do you mean? What problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission. Huh? What? I don't know what that means, Phoenix. I don't know what that means, Nick. It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. Oh, Maya, what's up? What happened? Order in the court, Mr. Gano, explain this. The most honest person that I know. Lying in court? Oh, hell no. But then again, she's traumatized. So, she's traumatized, so I'll excuse that for now. But if you keep being traumatized, come on, get over it. Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait. I don't know what that means. Cafe au lait? Is that even legal? Olé. Mr. Tright's words are milk and you are the spoon. Your Honor. And who's the coffee? Are you the coffee or is Maya the coffee? I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know. You must have noticed it too, Tright. This witness' mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Well, yeah. But if that's the case, then how can we know that anything she says is reliable? Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there was truly no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. Nick? May I? Recall the witness' statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witnesses could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she quite clearly described him as a man. Oh, okay, I see it now. In other words, that would have mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. Just spell out the truth, Maya. Just spell out the truth, Maya. I don't know what you're trying to do here. Just spell out the truth. Order, order, order. What in the world does this mean, Mr. Wright? What the hell are you talking about? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the recent killer under pitch black conditions?
Objection.
Right? Do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen the... How could she have seen in the dark? There's no other light source at the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Like light. You can only see light in the dark. That's how it works. Did you see who the killer was? You did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover up for him. Cover? For the man that killed her mother? There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you. Ha! You talk a good game, Tribe, but let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff. No, Nick, don't. Please, stop. Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth. Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you've got. Who was this person that you say Miss Faye saw in the darkness? Okay, so it's a guy. Then again, I have no idea what she's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. Actually, it was Godot. Oh, this whole time. Okay, so it was a guy. So who was most likely there at Hazakura Temple? What? The only person I can see is like Larry or something, but that's because I mean he was there, but I don't think he was like, you know, actually at the inner temple. I mean, I wouldn't want to say it's Godot. Oh my gosh. No, it's not Godot or nothing. Okay, so the guys here are Godot, Gumshoe, probably not Gumshoe. Nothing to do with this. Cross him out. Loris, but he's stupid and probably couldn't kill somebody if he wanted to. Just cross him out. And then Miles, he was out of the country until after the murder, so cross him out. I mean, this is the only one left. Oh my gosh. You know what? Yeah. I'm not confident, but let me do it anyway. Actually, it's you, Godot! Because it was pitch black and Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how possible this is, right? Oh, you're gonna turn off the lights? How do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions? Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. What? This is... But it can't be! Oh my gosh. That was a nice bit of deduction. Trite. Oh my gosh. Of course. Well, everyone. This is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. Why was he there? Order, order, order. Prosecutor Godot, what's the meaning of this? Like, actually, I'm also asking this myself. What's the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it? Huh. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong! I never saw that! Maya. I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason. What? Witness, Mr. Wright. Stop your chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Damn. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize until after I woke up, but... But what? But when I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place was totally changed. Had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up too. Since the person did all of that work alone, I just assumed it was a man. Huh, okay, I guess. So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor, No need to apologize. It was Mr. Godot said you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little bit confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume that the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination. I don't know, Your Honor. This kinda stinks. I'm sorry, but this kinda stinks. When it came to, it was just lying there on the training hall floor. Hold it. So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right? Yes, I think. I think it happened when the victim was stabbed. So then the person that carried you into the inner temple, it could have only been the killer! Right? The guy. That's what I think too. So the killer carried Maya into the inner temple. What does that mean? What does that mean? By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Right. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide. The body. I don't know. Damn, it looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. I think I need to gather some more information before I ask her again. The torches were lit and the body was gone. Okay. The torches were lit? Yes, that's how I noticed that whole scene had changed. I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be? The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. Yeah, because he's just so professional, right? Because he at least, you know, he has some class, of course. He can't just work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body? That's true, it's hard to see how that would be of any advantage for the killer. The only one that would gain anything from that would be the only person that was in the inner temple, Maya. Very well, let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene. And all the snow around the snow lantern had been carefully cleaned up too. So you were saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It looked really odd. The snow was removed in an unnatural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern. There was a lot of shovels around the inner temple, but they're all really heavy, way too heavy for me to use. So it's probably a guy, because he's so strong. An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take the snow away? Well, there's one thing I can think of. Did you say that a lot of the victim's blood sprayed onto the snow? Yeah. The area collapsed and ended up being splattered. In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation, but didn't clean up the blood that was on the stone lantern? Okay, buddy. Perhaps. However, there's something that's still bothering me. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, yeah, why leave the stone? There was no need to remove that amount. I thought he was going to mention the blood on the stone lantern. Why not clean that up too? That's true. He could have scooped up just the snow that's stained with blood. But there's also blood right there. Guys, I don't get it. What's going on? It looks like there was some mysteries behind this issue. But I think this will help explain them. Since the person did all of that work alone, I just assumed that it was a man. Okay. So you're saying that you never saw the killer, right? Yes. But earlier you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker. Nick, I'm sorry. The killer certainly went through a lot of trouble. Moving the body by a pendulum, manipulating the crime scene. But for what purpose? Why do all of that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting on. Okay, so now that we've pressed all of the statements, I gotta go back to, like, the second statement, where it's like, I need to get more info. So, I think it's the second one? Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? Is this the same, or maybe? No, whatever. I'll keep reading it. There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide. The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something. You did? Yes. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me. For my sake. Oh. Yeah, this is new. What? Hiding it for you? Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden, she may have thought it you that done it. No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing bad had happened? Or make it looked like nothing had happened. Yes, I'm sure of it. Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony. Okay, great. Yes, Your Honor. I think it was my mistake that the cleaner cleaned up the evidence that happened, but the stone lantern still has blood on it. That's what I'm saying. It still has blood on it. What do you mean? The body of Elise Donham was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that was suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe that this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh? And what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godot, that the message written in blood was on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. Yup. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why did they wipe the writing off the lantern? That's what I'm saying. But see, I remember, like earlier in the case, Godot could see the blood on the stone lantern. He said it's clean as a whistle. Or whatever he said. I don't even get that saying. What do you mean clean as a whistle? But still. It's not looking good for you, Godot. Because you couldn't see the blood on the stone lantern, but you could see the blood on the snow? I don't know what that means. Ah! You're right! You're right! Order, but Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? Indeed, but that doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow, but then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Oh, do I? Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plan is, but it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it. It's a very funny reason, but there is a reason for it. Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern? That's because the killer didn't notice it. Prosecutor Godot, earlier in this trial, you gave some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that the crime had occurred here. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense! The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way that any normal person would miss something as glaring as that. That's right, Maya. No, any normal person would miss that. But must we forget that some guy in this courtroom right here is far from normal? That's right. Not the guy with the spiky hair. The guy with the spiky hair. You're right, there's no way any normal person would. That's what I'm saying. What? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? There's only one person involved with this incident who could have missing the bloody handwriting altogether. And who would that be? Who's the person that could have failed to notice this bloody writing? Well, that's very obvious. This guy. The guy with the spiky hair. Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with the huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Yep. You can't see everything? Is that correct, Mr. Godot? This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back for the moment it was first presented. This lantern? There's something written on it. Why, it's written in blood. Huh, nonsense. This lantern, that's clean as a whistle. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Clean as a whistle. Whistles aren't even clean. They're full of spit and gross. Mr. Godot, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? Okay, well that's just stupid. That's just not at all how lights and colors work. Even like the many times it was on like black and white, you could still see like the contrast. It's darker than white. Red is darker than white. So that doesn't make sense. That's right. We went through this once before. Unless it was like written on like as a highlighter. Because that's like the closest as white as it could get. Like, dude, that's... like, no. During the poisoning case at TRIBULATIONs, this apron on the delightful Miss Bride was wearing at the time, and somehow spilled coffee on. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I forgot he didn't notice the ketchup. There's something bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain onto the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood color stain that was unsmeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. Nobody told me anything about a bloodstain. That's a really funny joke. I feel like if you actually did like play that off in court, you'd be gone. But at least it'd be funny. You could see the coffee from that white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup. That's because it was red. Does that mean he can't see my tie, like Phoenix's tie? Because like it's like red on top of white. It's like, why do you have a where's your tie? Where's your tie, trite? Huh, it's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder why I'm the only one that can't see them. So then, Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? I don't know how that would work. Black and white photo, you can see them fine. But in real life, you couldn't. Even though it probably works the same. Man. It's like I gotta open Photoshop or something. I have the urge to open Photoshop or something. Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern? What are you, stupid? Hey, Gramps. Didn't you know? That's the reason I don't drink red tea. Okay. Because you can't see it. It's like camouflage. And anything that's red is just invisible. I wasn't sure about it until now, but I just can't believe it. Prosecutor Godot is a murderer. But there's no going back now. I finally figured out the truth. Mr. Godot, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Donum, also known as Misty Faye. It's hard to believe this may be true, however, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you. Ha! Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment with red ink, Gramps. Come on. How does a little graffiti make me into a killer? Besides, it's not like my name's what's written there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Go on, try it. The answer is right there at the crime scene. And the snow? The snow? How so? Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area? Yes, why didn't you just take that area? Ah! Could it be? Because he doesn't know exactly where it is. Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow. And so he had to remove all of the snow. He couldn't be sure where the blood has landed, so he removed the whole area. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? He lit it up. From earlier, the testimony, remember? The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It seems that once again, this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godot? What the hell, bro? Huh? Wait! Wait just a minute. Maya! What is that, witness? Mr. Godot, is it the killer? After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until that old bridge got fixed up.
Objection.
Maya? You can't testify to something like that. What? Why? What do you mean? I mean, After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. What? She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow. She's right here. The murder did happen, and after the murder, she's right here. She does exist. Are you senile, old man? We've established this just a little while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, that's right. Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me. Maya, you plan to cover for Godot no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ha! Nicely done, Trite. Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder. Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling and my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearlie was there at the inner temple, too. So many testimonies, Maya. Pearlie was also stuck in the inner temple that night. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge finally was fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. She found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. Godot? Good with children? I don't know, I doubt that. Who is this Pearlie? That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye. So when did you hear about this? Oh, just a while ago, when I was in the medical office. I'm terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. What? Come on! Ooh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Whoever told you that, get them on the witness stand, huh? That's their perspective. That's their testimony, not yours. You just stole it. You just stole it from somebody else. Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Ha! The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Mr. Godot! Let's just move on to the cross-examination, if the defense has no objections. This is highly unusual, but... Well, Mr. Wright? Let's get this cross-examination started. Oh, boy. After the incident. Dun dun dun. Okay, so perhaps is there a statement that I could just immediately press on? Pearlie was also stuck in the inner temple that night, right? Next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone, right? Next day, she was bridged, finally fixed. And cheered her right up. Yeah, that's something I don't believe. That's something I don't believe. He cheered her up? That's what Pearlie said. He said that he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godot. And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict. Wow, I guess he's a nice old man anyway. Ha, cut it out. You're making me blush. This guy really is beginning to get on my nerves. In more ways than one. Yeah, you have a lot of nerves. Ain't got on one of them? Impressive. The truth is, there aren't many places to look on the inner temple side. The policemen were all busy looking over the garden with fine-toothed combs. So I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way. Godot style. Oppa Godot style. Up the same way. I like to hand out verdicts in my own way. Judge style. Oppa Judge style. Maybe I should ask some questions. Oppa Phoenix style. Oh, okay. Should I sit here? What'd you find in your investigation? You said that you could conduct an investigation on your own. You conducted an investigation on your own. Did you find anything? It looks like my investigation went as well as yours, Trey. After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern. Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall. Beauty? Who, Franziska? Oh, Misty Faye, okay. I was like, who else was in, like, the training hall? Because there was Iris, Franziska, and then Godot butted in. But Misty Faye, naturally. Okay. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes? Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy? So, from there you headed for the prep room? Wait a sec. What did Godot say just now? I think I just found a proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Godot when the murder was taking place? Must have already been at the inner temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise Donham. What? Was stuck in the inner temple. Next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. Next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. I feel like I was supposed to present. I'm like supposed to present something, but I don't really know what. So he knows that there's gravy on it, which we all know. But what? What do you mean? The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. Misty Faye's image obscured in gravy. I think it's because that he said Misty Faye. Like he knew Misty Faye was behind here, even though it's like you can't even like recognize her behind the gravy. Oh my gosh. Wait, no, objection! Mr. Godot. The first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the Inner Temple was long before the murder took place. Why would you say that? Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall. The hanging scroll? But Mr. Godot is right! The scroll shows a picture of my mother. My mother. Maya, I know you know who it is, but there's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge has been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. What is that wonderfully delicious smell? The morning after the crime, someone covered it in gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godot, if you really had seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have any idea of knowing that this was Misty Faye. Oh. Wait a minute, Nick. Yes? Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there. Ah, that's the mark of the master, correct? Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark, then you could guess that it was the picture of Misty Faye on there. True, but Mr. Godot could describe what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by hue and aroma of Western taste. Oh. Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known what she was wearing Japanese clothing. What are we, in Japan? Mr. Godot, on the way of the murder? On the day of the murder, you were hiding in the inner temple long before the crime took place. Oh. Are you gonna get arrested, Godot? Can I ask you just one little thing, Troy? What is it? This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. that I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed. That's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene. Of course, Mr. Godot knew about the plan. Huh? What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan? I mean, with a burned letter, right? If he was also at the inner temple, he would also have seen the letter. Because it was also in the incinerator and everything. So, you know. I think it's a burned letter. This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. And these instructions were hidden somewhere in the Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time Little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed. Right, I forgot about that. Unsealed? Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how we knew the crime was to take place in the inner temple. And you still insist this crafty killer is me? Well, I mean, it lines up very well, don't you think, Godot? It lines up very well. You bet I do. Well, you said that the instructions were hidden. That's right. How do you explain that? Mr. Godot could have known where the instructions were hidden. If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out. Yes, and when was that? During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter, Pearl, about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center? Oh my gosh. Yes, it would have arranged. It could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godot. Oh, okay. Okay. Order. Oh my gosh. Mr. Godot, you're under fire again. Do you have anything else to say? This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you were the only one who could have acquired this information before the murder. Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee. Yeah, but then again, coffee tastes good. We don't know what's in darkness, but we know what's in coffee. And it tastes good. Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean? It means that there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. And then he ultimately took a person's life. And then he did all of that just to protect his witness? That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? This girl has nothing but a stranger to me. This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her. I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress. I guess not at first glance, but I can still see that. You do like women. You do love women, Godot. You are like a ladies' man. You flirt with any woman that looks nice and beautiful, so I feel like you would save some if that were the case. If it's this the case, I don't know. The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for a lack of a better word. Even considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, this behavior is still a little too unnatural. I mean, then again, it's like, Godot bashed me earlier for, you know, not protecting Mia, so he's like, you know what, let me protect Maya. However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs. It's probably because of Mia, right? I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Godot. For the same reason, huh? It's probably because of Mia, right? Okay, Tribe. I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you. But what's this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together I don't know how to say that word, man. Inextricably. Good old Mia Fey. Good old Mia Fey. There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Wait a second here! Mr. Godot is a defense attorney? Oh no, he's a prosecutor. Obviously. With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? Nuh-uh. The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Diego Armando, that name rings a bell. It should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. The case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked. It's my fault! It's my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself! Mia, you can't cry yet. Ew. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. You know? I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients. That pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria. Ah, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned. Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. Some newspapers at the time called it a murder. But very little information about the case was released to the press. But you weren't dead at all! Though official reports officially called it a murder. It was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight. All my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. That's terrible. Apparently it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poisoned brew. Then one morning my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years? And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I'd already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman you loathed? The woman who had spiked my scandalling hot coffee, Dahlia Hawthorne! Huh. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. Got a revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. That's so sad. For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was those reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live? The first was you, right? Huh? Me? If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey would never have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault. It wasn't like that. I wanted to see for myself what kind of man you really were. So that's why you became a prosecutor? My other reason for living goes by the name of Mia Fey. What, you mean me? You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not having Mia. Not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Korean village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought I could do that. I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. That makes sense. If Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out. Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices. Accomplices? Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey. But how did you contact my mother? She had been missing for almost 20 years. Officially, yes. What? What do you mean officially? You heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government? Now that you mention it, Bikini Dace did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of the Korean had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police had been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor. So my mother was cooperating with you? Don't ever forget. No matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. She was always... That's why. I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. Her staff? The one with the sword in it? The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price. Mother. That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearls, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearl? What are you going to do tonight? Well, if you like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up. She was worried and followed me to the inner temple. That was the thing we were most afraid of, and that's why Misty Fey had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. What? Oh, what? You don't mean that she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master of the Korean, Mrs. Fey's power was supreme, so that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Fey wouldn't be able to. Oh my gosh. What? Is this true? My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Fey. That's why I hid myself at the Inner Temple. Just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Good to know. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to, right? Huh? There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney. But you're going to have to do the rest yourself. The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey, and I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Godot. Oh no, am I gonna have to choose? Well, Trey, if you're the real deal, then let's finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own. No, Nick, please don't. But Maya, I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia, and me too. Maya, I know that. Nick. But even so, it doesn't absolve him of this crime. Please, Maya, testify. Miss Fey, your testimony, please. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, cause I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. Oh my gosh, is Godot gonna, like, go to jail or sentenced to death? Alright, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I asked for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream! Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. These red lights? I thought you said you don't remember seeing them! I'm sorry. I thought I saw them. But they then disappeared all of a sudden. Ha! Things break bare. Things break, right? Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Fey? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Okay. Put on your lawyer glasses, cause, honestly, I have no idea what I could possibly do. Okay, so I want to at least try to press the ones that I need more info on. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I asked for help, but then what do you mean by that? The 3 lights shining in the dark? I don't think you could make a mistake about that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. And I can't tell you for sure if they were from Mr. Godot's mask either. I don't get the feeling she's covering up for him anymore. I'm gonna press harder. But just after that, you turned towards the lights and called for help. Isn't that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time. But I can't remember. After all, there was a person I couldn't identify in front of me. Maya's life was in terrible danger at the time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly. Alright then, let's go with that testimony. What did you do when you saw the red lights? I thought I asked for help, but then I was just splattered with blood. Do I want to press that? Something that, what is that? Like a scream, a horrible scream. What does that mean? What is this horrible scream about? What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out? Yes, that's right. The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice. What? Mr. Godot, take off your clothes. Let me see if there's a stab wound or something. So then that scream came from the killer? It's gotta be it. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it. And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh? After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. Well, Mr. Wright, seems to make sense to me. Sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder. There's a contradiction? Is there? So, okay. Let me get this straight. Blood splattered on Maya, but that was before the scream happened. So before the scream happened, so that was before the, like, fatal, like, impalement of the victim. So there was blood on her before... before it would actually make sense, I would think. I think there's a contradiction. It's like, what's up with the blood? I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. That makes sense, after all. My deductions are almost certainly never correct. Remember the testimony she gave before the killer let out a scream? Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade of the staff had already been plunged into the victim. Ah, is that right? She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer let out a scream must have been something other than a staff. I think it was the lasers from the sights. If you're so sure about that, then don't you keep us waiting any longer, Trite. There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as a weapon here. If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer? Would it have been the dagger? Yeah, because this blood doesn't match the victim's, so it's not the blood of the victims, but it could possibly, if if there's a lot more time, it could be blood of Godot. So can we do that? Naturally, the dagger of the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. This killer was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree. Yes, the detective found this this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and that she managed to wound him as well. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim. No. Godot, we already know that. Have you forgotten what the blood has already been tested? It's not the victim. Since we learned it was the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body. Come on, Godot. Take your shirt off. Take it off, let me see it. So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer? Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood. Nice theory, Trey. Okay, come on. Take your clothes off. Let me see it. Order in the court. Is it the end? Have I done it? Even though he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test? Huh. Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. But you are. Everything's lining up, Godot. I don't know what else to say other than you are the killer. Because who else could it be? Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? You couldn't see the blood, so I would think so. Just think for a second. This dagger was found in the morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here into the courtroom, which is a nice setup, which is a nice cover-up, actually, as I meant to say. Yes, what does that prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. It can't be! In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Tried. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Well, how do we know? We couldn't know for sure. You could just be saying this. Not a chance! What? What? In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then, witness, continue your testimony. Wait a minute! What's the problem? I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Oh my gosh. Oh, how the tables have turned! Maya! This dagger. You said it wounded the killer. That's right. But Mr. Godot had already been cut with the dagger. If Mr. Cut had already been cut with the dagger, his clothes would be bloody and have a rip in them, right? Maya? Maybe just change his clothes? I'd solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all! Remember back in the day of the murder? Everyone was on the inner temple and got trapped there. Oh, that's right. And once that bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple, Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes. Oh my gosh. Maybe he was in different clothing. Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him. But no one would have predicted the lightning strike that had shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes? Did the judge take smart pills during last recess? No, you're the one taking stupid pills, actually, Phoenix. Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. Damn. That way he wouldn't get any blood on them.
Objection.
That's impossible, Try. You know how cold it gets up there late at night. After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid. Damn. What's stopping you from being frozen solid with just normal clothes? Ha! So that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. No. Trust me. I got this. Right now, if Mia Fey were here, if Mia Fey were here, could have closed the book on this case already. If Mia Fey were here. So come on, Trite. Can you do it or not? I can. How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer. But can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence? Yeah, just take off his clothes! Take off his clothes, man. That's all I'm trying to say. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. Come on, take off your clothes. I need to see if you got the wound on. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it.
Heyo.
Oh, hey man, how you doing? That's good. A fighter till the bitter end, right?
W introduction to stream.
Hell yeah, you're welcome.
What's good, bro?
We're finishing off, man. We're finishing this thing off. I think we're trying to prove that he's the killer, that Mr. Godot is the killer. So what I'm trying to prove is that the victim also stabbed the killer because the weapon here, the dagger, has blood that hasn't been tested yet, but it's not the victim's. So it's probably the killer's blood. So what I'm trying to prove is take off his clothes so we can see a wound on him. That's what I'm trying to do. But you know what else is not good? Being sick for the last 2 days. that sucked. With a good old stomach problems and such. That's not what's good, bro.
Bro, like hella people been getting sick recently.
I literally don't know how I got. I think it's probably like food poisoning or something. I didn't get it from I didn't get like a cold or anything. I just got like I think I probably got like food poisoning. So stomach problems and
Dog, I had stomach problems too.
Oh my gosh, why is everyone having stomach problems? Wait, so you got sick as well, man?
Cause I was eating hella shit on my birthday, lol.
Damn, it was your birthday recently? And you didn't say anything? Maybe you did say it on another stream, but maybe I, like, completely forgotten. But damn.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
No way. Happy belated birthday, man. Sorry I couldn't be there. I had, I had stomach problems. Of course, I was sick, so. Damn, 2 days ago. On the 13th? Damn. Wow. Happy birthday!
Correct.
Confetti!
Thanks.
Balloon animals. Juggling. I could have been there, man. I could have been there, having be the entertainment for your birthday, but I couldn't. So, sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna have to write that down for next year. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for an unlimited penalty? Oh, unlimited penalty. Oh wow, thank you, man. You're so nice. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I got the one piece of evidence I need. That's right.
Yeah, it is the 13th BTW.
Yes! Time to write it down for next year. Hold on, let me write it down on my calendar. It's our birthday. Good old Kawami Joe. Birthday. And I'll make the
dead ass.
Yeah. And then I'll make it green because Kawami. There we go. I'll be waiting next year, man. Give me a break. You got nothing to try.
Kiwami 2, Sag Green.
Exactly. There you go. Easy as that. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. I would love to give you something, man, but honestly, yeah, I don't have money, so... The privilege of being my mod is my gift. I'm joking, but, you know, of course. There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger. But We decided it's impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If it had been cut by a dagger, would have been a bloodstain on his clothing. There's one place the killer could have hidden.
I was actually planning on giving someone a gift today. Yes, I'm so nice that instead of people giving me gifts, I give gifts to them.
Oh, I get it, because, like, their reaction to your gift is the gift to you. I get it. Wow, you're so nice, man. Did you give people a gift? And then there's me, where, like, I would get any, like, I would accept any gift I can get, because, like, I don't have money to give people anything. So I'm practically forced to be the one to receive it. I would love to do that, to give people gifts, but I don't have the money, so.
I tried, but bro said he'd just buy it himself.
Oh, really? I wonder who that guy is. I wonder if I know him. I wonder if I know him. If I know that guy. I probably wouldn't. The people that you know probably isn't the people that I know, you know? But he sounds cool. I would think. What did you say? Hidden. His mask? Like, where else? This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I need to think about why there was no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid his wound. It's the end of the line, the final stop, Trite. Let's hear what you've got. Where's this location where you say the killer hid his wound? I mean, I would say it's the mask, honestly. It's the mask, I would say. Because, like, where else could he hit it? He could have, like, cleaned it off. Like, if it was, like, drooping out, he could have, like, cleaned it off and then just put it up. Like, there. Boom, there it is. So I think I present him. Because there's the mask. Not his, like, his mask. Because we don't have it as evidence. Take that!
Technically the only person you know is Hunter, since that was the friend that got angry at you for playing bad.
Oh, yeah. And that's, like, basically the only thing I know about him.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I do remember that, like, you telling me that. Like, just when I'm here, when I'm, like, watching a movie or something, and I just start giggling. That's hilarious. Hilarious that you would, like, send my stream, you know, me, you know, infamously being okay at games. Doing stuff my own way. Send it to someone who, doesn't have that much of a temper. That's just so ironic, it's so funny. I think you were just setting it up for failure. And frankly, I don't need to know. What do I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Is that right? Trite? Oh. Huh. What was that? Whoa, what was that? Oh my gosh, now we're thinking, now we hear his thoughts. What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him? Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. Oh my gosh, she's here. Oh my gosh, it's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights... Yeah, because the red lights turned off. Because, you know, like, it broke. During the lights, During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved! Damn!
Bro, instead of doing the puzzle you walked around to see if you can find the answer, so I started laughing and Hunter was literally having a midlife crisis. Damn.
There are two types of people in this world. The ones who laugh and the ones who cry. Just now, I saw her
Two
spirit in
personalities.
you. Yep. You know, I'll always be laughing about that, because, yeah. That's just funny. I'm the laughter. The one who laughs, and the one who cries, I'm the one who laughs as well. I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I can never forgive you. That's what I thought. Mr. Godot. But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was me. Of course. Our worst enemies was ourselves, actually. Yourself? I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya. Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. That's right, I'm gonna freaking kill her now. What do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick? But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason? No, why? I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you after all. Huh? I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong! You put your life on the line to save Maya! Was it really for Maya's sake? I'm not even really sure. What do you mean by that? That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette, a part of me just have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going in my mind at that point. I was really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was just the ignorant one. The arrogant one, I mean. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly.
Too since he was playing Batman Arkham Knight the same day. BTW, that was all done unintentionally.
Yes. That's just what a clown does, baby. I mean, yeah, clowns, the point of clowning, of course, is to make people laugh, and I did. But unfortunately, some people couldn't laugh at that. It's unfortunate. I would love to make everybody laugh, but I don't think that's how the world works. There's some who laugh and there's some who cry. I do what I could have done, but I could only do so much. That sucks. Oh. I don't know anything else to say other than that's funny. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. Yeah? In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me. Oh, there it is. Thanks. Your wound, it's bleeding. Huh. Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. Oh my gosh, he's crying. These must be my tears. Oh my gosh, it's so corny, but I respect it, Armando. Tears? Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment. Mr. Armando, you do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. There it is. And he's crying right now. Damn. That kinda hit hard. I'm not gonna lie. This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant? Yes, Your Honor. Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body and the crime scene is a serious offense in it itself. I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk, and I willingly cooperated anyway. Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. Eh? Me? I want to apologize to you. Apologize? To me? For what? For the case 5 years ago, of course. Yeah. I remember that case. I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. It's not at all surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other. Huh? What do you mean? You and my sister, you only met twice. Huh? We only met twice? Are you saying that Iris was... like, Dahlia was channeling Iris sometimes? Or perhaps the whole time? The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria on this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed. What? It's just... it can't be true! I mean, during our whole relationship, we were... For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister. Oh my gosh. It wasn't Dahlia? I hope one day you could forgive me, Beanie. Of course it was! You mean... That's right. I lied to you for 8 months. Damn it! But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ever since she gave you that bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance. She couldn't move about freely. So that's why you... My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst. Prepared for the worst? Even her execution? She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice. You mean she was ready to kill me, didn't you? She already had so much to answer for, I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance. That's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place? But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. I freaking killed the guy. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that it ever happened. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you. I think she must have noticed. Noticed what? My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her, even if it meant her life or mine. Iris, after spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed. That's right. She got the hots for Phoenix. Let's go. I don't know. I don't know if I see Phoenix actually, you know, getting married and, you know, having kids or really anything like that. I'm sorry, Phoenix, but it's like... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I don't know if you can actually commit to that. I'm sorry. No offense. Yes? You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you. Damn. Adorable. Thank you. How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though, right now, this one here's the greatest cup I think I ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix, right? Oh, finally, we finally got the full name and the right name from him. About time. This is nice. Closure. Nice closure, Godot. I mean, Armando. Godot is dead now. We're back to Armando. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think you're right. How does he have a coffee cup too? The purpose of his trial was to rule out on the murder of the victim, at least Donum. At some point, I expect you to be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. On the charge of the murder, I hereby find the defendant not Guilty. Court is now adjourned. Let's go. You didn't kill her. Yes. So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended. Was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Of course justice was served. Mia! I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. Yes, but I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean, with that verdict? I think one day you will understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You are as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more that you can learn from me. Oh my gosh. Nothing more that I can learn from Mia? Does that mean she gets to move on into the afterlife? What does it mean? My purpose here is needed no longer. You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. Being alive. I owe you a great deal, thank you. Mia! I'm sure we'll meet again someday, Phoenix. I've handled lots of cases. I've seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Oh, Maya, you're back. Nick. Maya. I guess it's just like my sis said. Mia? What did she say? That night, when I channeled Mia to get advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back on my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end. She's very confident in me, isn't she? But, come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you have done for us, Nick. Maya, how can you be so bright and chipper all that's happened? You must be traumatized. You must need therapy. You're brutally attacked. Even so, your mother murdered. Oh my gosh, she's here. Franziska! Still a softie as always, Phoenix, right? Miles! Excellent work, right? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth? When did you get back? Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Franziska has actually been helping me. Helping you? If these two hadn't been there on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow. But where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Franziska? I don't suppose. Oh my gosh. Larry. There's room for me in that group hug, is there? Oh, Larry! What's with the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never any use to anyone, not even once. That's not true, right, Nick? What? You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? I got a place at that 12, right? Huh? Yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be ever off if I were gone for good. No. No, yeah, those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? What are you making that face, Haji? Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can say that they lack resemblance. Do you really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw you well, too? My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. So that you'll do it, like you promised? You're going to model for my next picture book? Ramsey's whipping. Ah! Don't get carried away. Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only good thing I'm at. Though painting a pearl was pretty damn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen you around. Pearls? Where she could have gone? Normally she would have been made a beeline for Maya. Oh, I'll go look for her. I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, Pearly! Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. Franziska. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well. Right, because he's freaking dead. I think I understand how she feels. Maya's such a wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. But what do you mean by now exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. Right. The one who died. Because, well, they're dead, so... I think that would hurt a lot, actually. You're right, Miles. Wow. Who knew that dead can hurt? I believe that it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Who could it be? Who could it be? Edgeworth. I think I'm starting to understand, too. Ah! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright. Who is my Fae being strong for? I literally don't know. Pearl? I would think it's Pearl. I think it's, like, Pearl. I don't think it's anybody else.
BTW, I still have my money for the gift I wanted to give to the other guy, but I might use it on you instead, so this might be my second gift to you, gang.
Well, I'm about to tear up. Wow, thanks to you, I'm crying. How dare you?
W reaction.
Yeah. How dare you, man? You're making me bawl. I'm crying. I can't believe you made me cry. How dare you? It's Pearl. Pearl Faye. The poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Faye clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya's Fae's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. And that's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face.
Basically, I was gonna give bro the Arkham games, but his AHH bought it himself, and it's one of my earls that live in Chicago.
Damn. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I think I've talked to people that's like, oh yeah, I was gonna give them a gift. Like, this is the exact same gift I was gonna give them.
Always Chicago MFS.
You can't have nothing in Chicago. Even though it's technically Detroit is how that meme goes, but still. Yeah, I've heard many people be like, yeah, I've got them a gift, but they bought themselves the same gift that I was trying to give them. So now what do I do? Yeah. I couldn't relate because I don't have money to buy people a gift. Even if I do have money, I'll give them like a gift card or like at least like bills because they can buy anything with that. you know, $20. 20 bucks. She's doing it for the pearl's sake. Until she could see her smile again. Oh, hey, Dick. Oh, hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we've got a lot... yeah! Hey, what was that for, sir? Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway... hiccups. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary's just sort of kind of gone by teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at the first-class French restaurant tonight. That! Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward. Detective Gumshoe? You said a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean... TRIBULATIONS. Where else? I knew it. We're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't get Maggie waiting, pal. Oh, so that's why. That's why we're going to TRIBULATIONS. Because you just want to ogle at Maggie, huh? Whatever. Hey, you crybaby, you're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh, Maya. What's wrong? Nick, what do I do? Pearly, I can't find her anywhere. Huh? I bet she just went back home. That's all. I thought so too, so I called the village, but no one has heard from her. This has never happened before. Oh my gosh, she's actually missing.
Since you love indie games, I might just give you the Xbox version of Hotline Miami that's compatible with PC.
Oh, hell yeah. I was planning to get Hotline Miami whenever I got money, but I used that money to spend on Silk Song, so... I appreciate it. Yes! Let's go!
This dude.
Yeah.
Hotline Miami slams.
As I've heard. And if I'm disappointed, I'm gonna demote you. I'm kidding, but I'm probably gonna have fun with it. I barely seen any gameplay of it, so I think a lot of it will be mostly fresh for me. She's been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has been befallen you,
It's a
Maya.
top-down shooter that's hella fast-paced.
At least that I've known. Very colorful. Very, like, vaporwave-esque. Top-down shooter. And fast-paced. That's all I know. Since
Yes, Neo-Noir.
Neo-Noir. Okay, yeah. I played, like, Katana Zero. And a lot of people, like, when I finished Katana Zero, it's like, yeah, best games I've ever played. And then I saw the reviews,
Vaporwave
it's like...
works too.
Yeah, Vaporwave works too. And then I saw the reviews, it's like, oh, it's like... It reminds me a lot of Hotline Miami. A lot of reviews are just said, like, oh yeah, it reminds me of Hotline Miami. Oh yeah, this is like Hotline Miami. So if I really love Katana Zero that much, then I'm probably gonna really like Hotline Miami too. Not the sequel, the first game.
I can somewhat see it, LOL.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna like it. If Katana Zero reminded a lot of people of Hotline Miami. So yeah, I'm excited. She feels responsible for the tragedy. But none of this was her fault. What should I do? Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, what is it, pal? Could you guys go on ahead? But what about you? Mine, I will. We'll show you guys once we find pearls. Nick! Don't you worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Yeah, but you're the... Ah! Very well, Phoenix, right? Well, go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, right? We won't. But where should she look? Where could Pearly have gone? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I could think of that Pearls might have gone to. Prison. For her mother. Oh. Here. Yeah, that also makes sense.
What sucks though is that you need to send me your email, so if you have your personal name that sucks.
Yeah, fortunately I do. Unfortunately, yeah, my email is just full
To
of
send
my
as a
name.
gift. Welp.
Yeah, I know. It's just full of my personal name and all of that. So it's very convenient for, you know, if people want to, like, if like a fast food place wants to sign me up for a wait list, but not really that good for, you know, something like this. I do have other emails that do not have, that I don't have as my actual name. So yeah,
Maybe
that could
unless
work.
you want to make a whole AHH new account for Xbox, but that's up to you.
Alright, it's for Xbox. I mean, I've made plenty of Xbox accounts for like free trials of Game Pass, so so I could
Oh,
send,
you chillin'.
yeah, so I could send one of those to you that like literally does not have my personal name and all that. Oh, I need a drink. Let me drink my Diet Pepsi. Let me take a second to drink my
Send
Diet
name
Pepsi.
of Xbox account and email.
Okay, well, first of all, I need to remember what my I know
Flexin' the Diet Pepsi.
yeah, dude, hell yeah. I need to remember that. So I I need to, because I haven't used it in a while, but I do
All
know the
good.
gist of it. So I guess maybe I'll send it to you like later in Discord DMs. Since you're so nice and giving me this gift, so nice. And since you're an advocate for adding more games onto the list and making me a little bit overwhelmed, yeah, I'll take it. For Pearls?
Yes, more games.
Yeah, of course. More games. More games. Sure, man, I'll take it. For Pearls,
We need more games.
we need more games. We need unlimited games. Well, for Pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon? Sister Bikini? I thought you would be eating mashed potatoes alone at night. Tonight. So she's here? Pearly's here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Yes! We found her, baby. Oh, okay. Oh, she cleaned up the gravy. Pearly's not here. Ah, Maya, the hanging scroll. It's all clean now. Someone cleaned it off. It's probably Pearl. It's gotta be Pearls. Ah! Mystic Maya! Pearly! Why? Why did you just leave like that? Why would you leave like that? Mystic Maya! Ah! I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault. That Mystic Maya's mother. That's why you came here? The least I could do. To pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearly. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course, I'm sad that my mother is gone. But, how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie just to make me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here is all thanks to everyone who was there for me. Yes. Mainly me. It was all me, actually. It was all me. It was all me, Maya. It was all me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, wouldn't be alive right now. I'm sure I wouldn't be still alive. I'm sure I wouldn't be... Am I stupid? If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. Damn. That's why I still have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Mystic Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you that she said what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of the Korean, I don't have the rights to face my daughter. But still, Maya's always in my thoughts. It's true, she'll always be with me until the day I die. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? Well, now she's dead. So, not too long, I guess. Is there a rule or something all masters of tower are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die. That's the master's talisman. The thing that Misty kept by her heart
I
that would
added
never
2
take
games,
off.
hopefully we add more in the future.
Yes. Hopefully. More games, which means more content, more streams, maybe? Yes! The thing is, it wasn't the container that was important, rather, it was the contents. Oh? That's... a photo? Ah! Mother. It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Oh my gosh. They're so tiny! They're so small! Oh my gosh. But they still have the same hairstyle. Which is crazy. Having the same hairstyle after years. That's the thing I don't like about fictional stuff. That kind of irks me about fictional stuff. It's like, what do you mean, like, when they were like 3 years old, they have the same hairstyle as they are when they're 30? I don't think that's a thing, man. I get it. Oh yeah, that's Maya. That's Mia. Yeah, I recognize them because of their hairstyles, but still, that's not realistic. Where's the realism? Where's the realism in my Ace Attorney game? Even when the battle is over, and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother, too. I've learned that from all of them. That's cute. That's adorable. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. Ah! This is a day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today. Go with me to... Tribulation, or whatever. But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright. I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training. I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3 when you come back. Ha 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 ho 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 hee hee hee. Alright, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. I will eat lots and lots of food tonight. You know, there's one thing I couldn't get, and I probably don't want to, but what is it, Nick? Reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3? Come on, what do you think? You're gonna be involved in this too. You're one of us, Nick. One of us. One of us. One of us. Huh? I'll be waiting for you. Mr. Bikini will take special care of you. Don't say it like that, man. What the hell are you talking about? Huh? Huh? It'll be great, Nick. We'll be going to the special course, naturally. What? Huh? Huh? That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even for walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick? You know, I was wondering if I could say just one little thing. Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps too. Well then, here goes nothing. Oh my gosh, he objects. Oh my gosh. I get it. I'll really have to work extra hard now. Master of Korean and office manager of Wright & Co. law offices. I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that. It always happens with you, Maya. Stop that. So it's true, Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through with the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course here too. I think I'll surprise the two of them by making them a secret reservation. Is that true? Are they really a thing? I don't believe it. We need to get to Apollo Justice, that's the thing. Maggie brought me a brand new coat as a present, but oh my gosh. I feel 10 years younger! I'll never take it off. Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir. Don't worry about it. Name of love? In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. Alright. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I guess. Now that's a man. Oh no, wait, Andrews, Mr. Wright, I am once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the treasures of the Korean exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma. I hadn't seen in almost a year. She taught me how to use a whip, and said that I must show you what I've learned. Oh my gosh. Don't whip me, please, it hurts. Oh. Hey, Ronald McDonald. Desi and I started a company called Master Mask Consulting. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of the criminals in the city. Our motto is, cut it out, please. Pretty cute, huh? Well, we also sell plans to the criminals as I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals. I didn't get to read the other part of that, but whatever. It's whatever, right? Oh, it's you. I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre. So I lent him $500,000 and a tea set, a special thick tea, one I mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise. He. I still trust you, man. Despite how sketchy you look right now, I still trust you. Oh, that guy. I'm just old in the way. I'm a wrinkly, crumbling clown nose waste of flesh. That's right. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper. You with the clown nose and everything. As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Eld. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Mata. Oh my gosh. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly. It's just his name spelled backwards. Oh my gosh. Adam Mata? Okay. Creative. Everybody's so creative. My, more reporters? Since the murder, we made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazine like us, what did that say? I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Wow! I don't like how she jiggles. I don't like how she jiggling that much. Special thanks. Not to me. I played your game. And you've turned into such a respectable man, Feeney. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come to visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy to constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. Oh my gosh. Nah, we can still work it out. We can still work it out. It's fine. Ben Grommen Judd? Yeah, I've been wondering who the voices are for these little voices, you know? Sion King? Or Son King? Christina Catano? Was this in the other games? I don't think I actually knew, like, who voiced act until now. James D. Wilson? Thanks, James C. Wilson. Janet Sue? Wait, what? How do you pronounce that? Sue or whatever? David Crislip? A crisp lip? Oh hey, old bag. What's this? I'm back from an old and tired vacation and no one here to greet me? Cause while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit and now I got no one! Oh, what kind of lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? And with all that flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space alien. And now that I'm going to do with all these oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot she speaks really fast after a bit. Yeah, you done now? I could have looked up who voices like everybody, the attorneys, but the ace attorneys, but I just didn't. So it's gonna turn the art world into a upside down or whatever. Just realize it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist, a really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all. Shinji, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be like sitting in a chair depressed or something? Oh my gosh, that's really good. That's really good, man. Oh my gosh. I think this is like, that's the same, like, this is like photorealism. Because like, that's like how they look, like exactly. That's like a picture, like with a filter over it. Clear episode 5. Damn. He is really good. I'm saying with that other drawing. But yeah. We're done. We're done with Ace Attorney trilogy. We're done. That was cool. That was awesome. I like that. I'm still kind of...
Shinji Mikami is a producer?
I think so, yeah.
Insane.
Do you know who that is? I know Shinji from that one mech show. I haven't seen...
Yes, do you?
No, not really. Maybe I know the stuff that he produced. Just, I guess, not his name.
He made the regames.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. Makes sense, because this is also Capcom, but... That's...
The first ever ones.
Oh, the old ones. Okay. But what about, like, the more recent projects? Like, what? Like, he's not there anymore? Or what are you doing? What's he doing nowadays?
Nah, he left.
Oh, he left? Damn. Okay, so I'm looking him up. Yeah, Resident Evil HD Remaster, God Hand, Dino Crisis, Resident Evil, Killer 7, Devil May Cry.
He to make his own 2 horror games.
Which one is that? Yeah, there's Phoenix Wright, Ace
Which
Attorney.
was Evil Within.
Oh, really? That was him? Are those even like good games? I don't really know anything about them.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Sweet. But it doesn't list it in the Google, like in Google in the video games. It doesn't say Evil Within. I was gonna say Killer Instinct. Why did Shinji leave Capcom? Because he was burnt out on Resident Evil? Damn. He's the Resident Evil guy, and it's like, that's to stop. I don't want to do this anymore. He directed his
because
final...
horror isn't the same in his eyes.
What does that mean? What is horror isn't in the same in his eyes? What is that? Like, what is it then? In 2006, he directed his final Capcom game, God Hand. Oh. Tango Gameworks?
Since they made it more action-packed so it's less horror.
Tango Gameworks? Aren't those the guys that, like... Aren't those the guys that made Ghostwire
And
Tokyo?
he didn't like that.
Oh, action-packed, so it's less horror. Okay, yeah, that I get. Wait, Tango Gameworks. Yeah, those are the guys that made Ghostwire Tokyo, right? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It's all connected. It's all connected. Yeah, I knew it was published by Bethesda, and then, yeah. Oh my gosh, no way. Yeah, and then they made Hi-Fi Rush.
How underrated that game is.
Dude, yeah. I think about it sometimes, and it's kind of crazy. I have, like, the sense of nostalgic after that, so it's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Did he leave Tango? It says 2010 to 2013, so I assume that he left Tango. He left the studio and found a new studio. He's just leaving and founding new studios, goddamn. That's really cool.
Shinji Mikami is actually crazier than we think. He was indirectly made so many video games.
Yeah. Damn. Actually insane. Yeah, Capcom, Clover Studio, Platinum Games, Tango. Damn, that's... Oh my gosh. There's probably like someone out there, like, just like Shinji, that... Just like Shinji, that made like, is like so indirectly involved with so many games.
He was the reason why DMC and Dead Space exists.
Holy. Damn. That's crazy. Damn. What is Shinji Mikami doing now? Found a new studio. Currently working on Shadows of the Damned Hella Remastered. Source? That's cool. That's really cool.
Also, he kickstarted Goichi Suda's career. He was nothing until he met Shinji.
Goichi Suda? I recognize that name, but like... Let me search him. Let me search him up. Oh, right, him. Yeah, him. Yeah. Okay, No More Heroes guy. And the Silver Case guy. And the Fatal Frame guy. Yeah, okay. Speaking of Fatal Frame, that remake of the second one,
he was
that
the
looks
guy
really
who
cool.
made Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
Yup.
I still want to actually play Fatal Frame.
New game.
New game! Put it on the list. Yeah, now that I finished Ace Attorney, go back to my list, check that off. Yeah, now I need to get the second trilogy, the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. And then everything else. Yeah, it's so crazy because it's like now each time I go back to my list, I see every single Yakuza game just checked off. What a time that we went through. That's crazy, yeah. A lot more games to buy and play. Oh my gosh. I don't know where to start.
Even though I don't care for I gotta respect how much it changed gaming for good. Shinji is GOAT and EY. At least 4 is like a top 10 video game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually insane how like Resident Evil like changed the industry. Like I don't think that could like be replicated again. So much stuff because of Resident Evil, because of like someone like Nintendo, just because of, like Mario, that one guy, yeah, that guy saved gaming. Resident Evil reimagined the horror genre. Insane. I keep forgetting I need to put the silver case on my list. There's so many games on my list, man. I don't know what to do first. Alright, well I think after this I'm gonna try and be committed to Hollow Knight. I wanna finish that game so that we can start Silk Song. So there's gonna be a little time after this where it's just we're gonna go
okay.
we're gonna go back to our roots, how I streamed before, where it's just a game for a little bit, for a time. So yeah, because I really do like Hollow Knight, and I'm liking it a lot. So,
what's after Silk Song?
What's after Silk Song? I'm thinking of doing Persona, actually. 3 Reload. That's because, like, of course, my friend who stole the game from me, of course.
Oh,
Who stole the game from me, of course.
Persona.
He came up to me and it's like, yeah, you know, Persona 3, you know, the game that you bought. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Stealing.
It's a pretty good game. You should actually play it. And it's like, okay, yeah, I would want to, but I got a lot of games. I don't know which one to do first. But ever since him saying that, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll be down to play Persona. So after Silk Song, of course. So that's our timeline here. We're done Ace Attorney. This is gonna be our timeline. Hollow Knight, and then Silk Song, and then Persona 3. I don't know if I should do another game intertwined with Persona 3. I'll figure it out once we get there.
Will you juggle after Silk Song?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if I should juggle between... if I should juggle something with Persona 3. I would love some feedback, you know.
Persona 3 is long ASF.
It is long. I tried asking my friend. It's like, how long are you in the game? He was like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. So, 3 games in a row that there's not gonna be any juggling. Gonna be a little bit crazy, but maybe because Persona 3 is long that I have to juggle something in between. Because if it is long, then my whole, like, then it's just gonna be all Persona 3. I don't know if I would want that.
Yeah, lol.
Yeah. I wouldn't want my whole channel to be, like, only Persona 3. If it is, like, that long. Like, what? Like, 90 hours or whatever? So, I'm gonna have to find out which game I'm gonna have to juggle with Persona. Any recommendations is welcome, of course. Any recommendations, of course. But of course, I'm gonna have to, you know, want to play the game.
Bro might need to do 10 streams.
Yeah. I'm looking at, like, imagine, like, looking at, like, the playlists on, like, say, like, YouTube. And see that maybe Persona 3 is gonna be probably the longest game I've streamed. Because I don't think I've streamed... Like, what's the longest game I've streamed anyway? I'm looking through my my playlists. Okay, I think it's Infinite Wealth that I've...
Wait till bro does Persona 5 Royal.
Holy. Yeah, so the longest one is Infinite Wealth. With the most streams at 11. So. I guess 10, because I do remember having, like, technical difficulties in one of the streams, and I made another stream. But yeah, alright. I'll figure that out. But, you know, you can always recommend stuff, guys. In the Discord, you can always recommend stuff. But, yeah, next stream will probably be Hollow Knight. Well, will be Hollow Knight. But we'll figure that out later. Alright. Well, I am gonna get out of here. I will get out of here. Probably make myself food, because
I have lots of
am
recommendations
hungry.
still on Discord, I think.
Yeah, I think I added most of them to my list. Yeah, I added most of them to my list. Some of them, I don't really feel like it. I don't really have an urge to play them, but, you know, times can change. But we'll see. Alright.
GRR Jetstream Sam DLC.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. The
LOL.
DLC does not... The DLC does not exist for MGRR. For Rising Revengeance, it does not exist.
Bro, what?
I mean, if you know, you know. The stream, that was terrible. I did not want to touch that game again. It's a fun game, and I like my time playing it, but I don't want to go back to it. Maybe
Isn't
one.
Judd Armstrong scaring you till this day?
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, still scaring me. It's crazy, I know. I'm scared of his mother of all omelets.
Bro looks like the meme, LOL.
Alright, but... Maybe one day.
I bet you
My
didn't
mind will
choose
change.
Vanquish.
I don't think so, no. Not Vanquish Fitness, the game. Oh yeah, that one.
That game is MGRR but as a third-person shooter.
Right. I think you did mention this before. Is it on Steam? Yeah, it is. How much does that cost? How much does the game cost? $30? Well, with tax, it's 35. Damn. It does look like something that Platinum Games would make. And would you look at that? Platinum Games. Damn, it really does look like MGRR. I mean, it's very positive on Steam,
LOL.
so
Indeed it does.
yeah. We'll see. Oh my gosh. I scrolled down a little bit on Google. r/Sega. Why is
Armstrong is in the
Vanquish?
game.
Why is Vanquish such a good game? Oh my gosh. Armstrong is in the game? Oh my gosh. Well, it's probably gonna be a while till we touch Vanquish at that
Sega
point.
makes bangers.
I mean, yeah, you alright?
JKBTW.
Alright, damn. I wouldn't be surprised because like it does look like that, but since it's made by Sega and not like Konami, they probably can't do that. Alright, well, I'll get out of here. Hope you guys had a good day, good night, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in Hollow
How many
Knight.
Ace games left?
Ace games left. Okay. So I do have. There is a game that I do have, The Great Ace Attorney, which is just like an ancestor of Phoenix Wright. So it takes place back all the way in like maybe like they. I actually don't know the time and place, but like when the judicial system was like being introduced and all that back in Japan and everything. So there are 2 games in that. I have that at least, and then I don't have the next trilogy, the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy, which has the next 3 games. And then I don't have the spin-offs of like the Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. Those 2 games. So
Dog what? Phoenix Wright gotta be pushing 100 years old.
yeah, I know, man. And sometimes he does stupid stuff, so really, there's no excuse, man. Yeah. Well, that's the thing about like the Great Ace Attorney. It's like I do have it, and I'll probably play that next. But y'all already seen. Maybe that's the other game that I should juggle with Persona 3, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Whatever. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do that. Why not? Right, now we got the whole timeline for what's next to come. Now I'm gonna make some food, so I'll see you. I'll see you later, guys.
Might as well finish the Great ACD.
Exactly.
Ace.
Might as well. See ya.